See if anybody hops on. Hi, Christine. So I'm gonna be honest, okay? I'm doing this in the living room with the kids, and it's making me nervous because I always do my lives like in a different room. So, which sounds bad, right? Like I can totally come on here and talk to you guys, but I'm like nervous. Hi, Janet. So we're gonna talk corn silk. Everything corn silk. Well, everything corn, whatever. Okay, like right now, this, you can see this. Yes. This is the popcorn that we grew this year. Now, it looks a little crazy, but I'm going to let you know, okay, we got our fence put up. And in order to put our fence up, our 6 foot by 8 foot fencing, we had to uproot my garden. So most of the stuff that I had planted, I had to uproot, and then I replanted. Well, it grew, thankfully, but the corn didn't do so good this year. So, and this is popcorn, not corn, so it looks kind of funky. Like, we got some purple, we got some really pretty bi ones, I got some red. So, it's not exactly popcorn this year, but that's okay, because the good thing about it is all the corn silk we got from it. Look at that. Now, for those of you who don't know, the corn silk has so many purposes. Here's my dried corn silk, okay? You can see it better like that. Okay, so if you hop on, say hi so I know you're there. We're going to talk corn. The corn silk. Every corn has corn silk, right? Popcorn, corn, like this. Look at this little retarded one. Hey, Alvin. The corn silk is there for a purpose. Not just a nuisance when we're trying to peel our corn and eat it and it gets stuck in our teeth. No. Every single corn silk fiber is how the bees pollinate the corn. That's how they pollinate it. So every single strand is for every single kernel. And where there's no kernels, there was no corn silk there. So like I said, this is our popcorn. It didn't exactly grow very well this year, but that's okay. Like look at this crazy one. Now the crazy thing about it is there was corn silk on every single one of these, like when I pulled it off, but only the ones that were pollinated. See, bees are really important, guys. Only the ones that were pollinated were the ones that actually grew the corn. So I kept some to show you guys. Like, look at this. This little baby one did not grow very well, but you know what? That's okay, because the medicine's right here. So I just had to share with you guys. I've been making the tea for it, which is exciting, but I wanted you to know about it. I want you to know about the corn silk, because this is something that, this is one of those things that it's like, well, what's the purpose? Why is it on the corn? Why do we have it? Why is it there? Why do we even need it, right? It's the same thing with strawberry tops. It's like I asked myself one day, I'm like, why do we cut the strawberry tops off? There's got to be a purpose for them, right? Because I truly believe that everything that God put on this earth, there's a reason for it. There's a reason for it. I feel so stupid in front of my kids, but that's okay. Whatever. So, like strawberry tops, for instance, the greens, the strawberry leaves, you know, the things that we throw away. You can dry those and make a tea for if somebody has a bad stomachache, like diarrhea. That sounds gross, but it's the truth. Ooh, it's pretty. So I wanted to show you. But look, see how each of them is attached to each one, right? But it didn't grow because it wasn't pollinated. I have the pizza rolls in, Maddie. Hi, Casey. So we're talking about corn silk. Here's my little crazy popcorn. Okay, so here is something I have on my computer. I'm going to show you really quick. So there is a little folklore, okay, about the corn silk. So it says, one version of a Zuni tribal legend reveals the powerful secrets of corn. It was said that it was the magic of the corn maidens, turned the hearts of the Zuni from war to farming. Their dance on top of the corn stalks, visible as the wind stirs the corn tassels, is a vivid reminder of prosperity the corn maidens brought. When these goddesses were pursued for selfish reasons, they fled, leaving the corn of the Zuni people to wither and die. Only, I don't know what this name is. It's some god, okay? The god of dawn. And the melodies from the painted flute brought them back. Although this plant is known most as a valuable food source, the silk tassels of the corn maidens danced upon are the most popular form of medicine for the herbalist. Fresh green, or if you get, by chance, the purple popcorn, you get a darker red. See, you can see the different colors of it. In this one, the dried, there was pink. The corn silk was pink. It was like the coolest thing. The fresh green corn stalk is collected from the cob and dried for tea or processed into a tincture, which I need to do that next. This medicine keeps the entire urinary tract clean, offering relief to chronic sufferers of bladder infections or kidney stones. So it's a contraction of the potassium in the corn stalks that makes it a wonderful supplement for a variety of kidney problems. Potassium is the key mineral in healing the kidneys. Corn silk offers more. Ready? Corn silk per gram offers more potassium than a banana. That's pretty good. So yeah, there was a couple things in here in my book. It's called The Herbal Drugstore. This is pretty cool. Got to get this. It's pretty cool. This is the best natural alternatives for like a comparison to what over-the-counter medicines are to what the natural version is. You guys got to get this book. It's pretty cool. Okay, so for kidney stones specifically, it mentions corn silk, skullcap, valerian, and wild yam. Now, obviously, I don't have any of those herbs at the moment, but I have the corn silk because I grew it. Which, by the way, this corn silk that I'm using, that I use for the tea that I make, that I'm selling now, this is non-GMO. They're pesticide-free. I don't spray anything. So, yes, at one point, a couple pieces had some aphids. Well, I don't spray bug spray on my stuff. I don't do it. I'm not going to do it. But natural aphid repellent was the red ants. The red ants climbed up the stalk, ate the aphids, and they went away, and the corn was fine. So I thought that was pretty cool. Okay, so let's see. So the corn stalk, okay? It's the same strings you work so hard to get off that ear of corn. Not only does the tea made from fresh or dried corn silk soothe and relax the urinary tubes, okay? But it also is believed to have a beneficial effect on the kidneys themselves, reducing stone formation. So it actually will reduce the size of the stones, which I've never had a kidney stone, but I've heard it compared to being pregnant and giving birth because the pain is so bad, okay? Typical dosage, okay? So it talks about the dried herbs in the hot water, but also, when I was reading it, hi, thanks for hopping on. Another thing that I have is marshmallow root, and I didn't add any to my tea, but I'm thinking about it because it talks about how the marshmallow root is actually really good for the kidneys, and it helps as like a pain suppressant to go with it. So I thought that was pretty interesting. So yeah. So like this part that's dried and funky, like I'll take that off, but I'm gonna do a couple more of the corn. I just find it really interesting. You know, if you gotta look at it like this, every single one of us has a purpose, and every single thing, I mean, it says in the Bible that, you know, the food, the plants, everything was put on here for a purpose. I can't think of what the verse is, but it talks about like how the plants are our food and our medicine. Well, there's not always been pharmaceuticals, okay? So back in the day, I mean, who knows? Some stuff might have been poison, okay? But people, look at that. They used stuff. It's just like the Indians. The Indians, when they killed a buffalo, they used every single part of it. They used every part of it. When they grew their corn, they, I heard a legend of, like, they grew the corn, but they grew the beans with the corn, because then the beans had something to climb up, and the squash, pumpkin, whatever, they would grow in the same area, because then it would keep the roots sturdy because it grew along the ground. I mean, literally everything has a purpose. And the point is every single day we have the opportunity to learn something new and find out what that purpose is. We have to. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love technology, and I wouldn't even be on here if I didn't have technology or work from my phone or all these things. There's my funky popcorn. But there wasn't always this. This is not the only way. And yeah, the technology helped me find the information about the corn silk, but we kind of have to like look back into history and find out what things were passed on, what things were passed down, because we don't do that anymore. Traditions are not passed down. The medicine's not passed down. It's just like the midwives. They passed that down. They taught the next generation to the next generation the things that they used, the things that they made, the medicine, all of that. It's the same thing now, except we don't do that anymore. And now is the time, with so much information, we're not learning anything. It's pretty much how I feel. So now's the time to learn. All right, I am going to do a couple more pieces of corn. Popcorn, by the way. Not stuff out of the bag, but if you can go to like a Whole Foods store or a bulk store and you get the whole grain and herbs and corn and all that, you can grow it. You can actually grow the popcorn, and it will dry out and you can use it. Next year, no, see, this one has aphids on it and it's really gross. It's freaking me out. Ew. Put it in my tomato bucket. I brought in some of my tomato plants. Let's do this big one, all right? Yeah, pretty much anything that has seeds, you can grow it. I mean, why not? Try it. Maybe not everything will grow, but I ordered some seeds that I am so excited to get here. All right, you guys, you're going to think I'm crazy, but I ordered cinnamon tree seeds. Okay. I ordered 2 different types of coffee beans. Hi, Teresa. And then I ordered cacao pods. Cacao seeds. Chocolate seeds, guys. Now, I don't know if they're going to grow. They might not grow. I'm sure they won't. But I have faith that it'll be fun to try. We are talking about corn silk. For those of you who are just hopping on, because I'm going to be getting off soon. This is my popcorn. We grew popcorn. It just didn't do very well this year because I had to have it uprooted. We have purple popcorn. But so I'm using the corn silk, which is very, very beneficial for the tea. Here's some of the tea bags. Some of my tea bags that I have ready and made. It's not just corn silk, by the way. If you're curious about what's in it, I'll let you know. It's just, it's my own recipe. But corn silk is very good for kidneys. Kidney stones, bladder infection. It has more potassium. The corn silk has more potassium by serving than bananas have. So that's good. It helps break down the kidney stones. So that's good. Overall urinary tract. Actually, if you have frequent bladder infections, that kind of stuff. Now, I'm not a doctor. I'm not an herbalist. But I'm studying to be whatever, naturalist, herbalist, whatever. Gotta keep learning. Anyways, I've got 2 more. I'm gonna go ahead and get them, because that's a lot. And it does shrink down. Obviously, it dries out, but you need about, well, I'll show you. These are my little tea bags. Okay, so about this much down here is the corn silk. This is the other herbs, and then up here, which each thing that is in the tea is in there for a purpose. I have my spearmint, I have some dried ginger, and then I've got some other stuff that's in it, but yeah, so that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for hanging out and learning something new with me. If you guys have anything like this, I don't know, a different use for the corn or the corn silk or any part of the corn, I am curious to learn. So share it with me. Let me know. The link to the website that I was reading off of about the history and the story about the corn silk, I will post that in the comments. Look at that. Look at the purple. It was so cool. For those of you who are just hopping on, some of the corn silk that I had was purple. And some of it was pink. It was the coolest thing. But it's all dry now. So, alright. I'm going to go finish peeling this and go dry that so I can make some more tea. I don't have a link for the corn tea, the corn silk tea, or any of the other teas that we're making. I just am doing it off of here. So if you have any questions, message me. Feel free. I'm here all the time. So, all right. Thank you guys for hopping on. For those of you who are just hopping on, go ahead and watch us on the replay. Let me know. Share this if you'd like. I appreciate it. Get the word out there about corn silk and all the benefits from it. But bye, guys. Thank you for hanging out. Peace out. God bless. Yeah. You guys have a very... Look, my light turned off. I just got one of those light rings. I was all excited about it. Nope, it went away. Anyways, all right, guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.